big story we're tracking this morning, there's been a mishap involving a submarine off the coast of Mumbai. Sources in the Navy have told headlines today that the mishap involves a kilo-class submarine called INS Sindhuratna. We've learned through our sources that there was a gas leak in the battery compartment and some personnel detected smoke and raised an alarm. Sources also saying that a few Navy personnel were suffocated during the incident. They have now been airlifted to safety and have been taken to a Navy hospital in Mumbai for emergency medical treatment. Gaurav Sawant, our Strategic Affairs Editor, is with us on the phone line. Gaurav, you're telling us that now the situation seems to be under control. The 5 personnel who were reportedly who faced suffocation because of the gas leak have been lifted by chopper and taken to a Navy hospital. But this is a serious source of concern for the Indian Navy, as you yourself are reporting. This is the 3rd incident involving an Indian submarine in the last 5 months.
That's right, Simi. What sources in Mumbai are telling headlines today is that the condition of one of the sailors is suspected to be critical. And they are still not giving more details. They are still waiting before they share more information. This is extremely sensitive also because top naval officers of the Western Naval Fleet, including the submarine arm chief, were on board this submarine, according to sources. There was a trial that was on the submarine. She has returned after a retrofit. And there was some new equipment that was being tested on board the submarine. She was about 50 to 60 nautical miles off the coast of Mumbai when this incident took place. There was a suspected gas leak. Navy sources suspect it was from the battery compartment, but not willing to say more till both inquiries is complete. But some sailors felt breathless. It was more than just feeling breathless. At one point of time, that the submarine immediately surfaced. A helicopter was summoned. There were some surface ships also in the vicinity as part of these trials that were on. But given the seriousness of the situation, emergency medical casualty evacuation was ordered of at least 4 to 5 personnel, is what Navy sources are telling us. They are for some reason being extremely cagey about sharing information just as yet. They're waiting to clear it with the Chief of Naval Staff, is what sources are telling us, before they can share more information with the media officially. But other sources saying the situation remains serious.
Absolutely. And Gaurav, this will come as a huge jolt to the Indian Navy, coming barely a few months after what we saw happen to submarine INS Sindhuratna.
You are right. There have been 3 incidents involving these kilo-class submarines. These are Russian submarines, very advanced. As some in the Navy want us to believe, they've come back after extensive retrofit. Sindhuratna had come back after a major refit from Russia with new weapons, with new systems. But she just blew up in the harbour. There is a board of inquiry that is underway to try and figure out how Sindhuratna blew up in the Mumbai harbour. Then when Sindhu Ghosh was coming in just a couple of weeks ago, the captain was floating when the submarine was coming into harbour. Navy insists that Sindhu Ghosh was not grounded but waited for tide to come in before she could come into the harbour. And they then blamed the Mumbai port for no dredging in that area. This is the 3rd incident. But in all of these, there have been 11 major or minor incidents involving Indian Navy ships, whether they've collided with fishing trawlers or other merchant vessels, or have had major or minor incidents in the past 1 year. And Defence Minister A.K. Antony called the Navy Chief Admiral D.K. Joshi and said Navy needs to take more care while operating these expensive national assets. Navy is well aware of the situation. Navy is looking at some of its procedures, but they insist that some of these incidents, they've blamed the media for blowing them out of proportion, saying it's like driving a car on the road. If there's a puncture, and that is reported, some of these incidents were as minor as that. Some are serious. In some cases, the captains were removed from command. In others, Navy is saying that it's just the nature of the beast. You operate a deep water Navy is asked to operate in shallow waters post 2611. The number of fishing trawlers have gone up, fishing vessels have gone up from 2,500 in 2004 to over 7,000 registered in and around Mumbai. So that is why, because density in shallow waters, some of these accidents have taken place. Navy says they are following standard operating procedures in each and every case and will review procedure should the situation arise.
Right, but Gaurav, this absolutely raises questions over the Navy's apparently faltering adherence to the standard operating procedure, because as you yourself are reporting, almost 11 incidents over the last 6 months. Defence Minister A.K. Antony about a month ago had also was forced to take up this issue after headlines today reported that this was a series that was being repeated again and again.
That's right. Navy, of course, insists that media is blowing some of these incidents out of proportion. In some incidents where a shipping vessel, an Indian Navy ship collided with a fishing vessel or another merchant vessel, they blamed it on density of fishing vessels in shallow waters. They say it's the job of the Coast Guard to operate smaller ships in densely populated waters of the Mumbai coast. But post 2611, the Navy has been forced to come closer to the coast to prevent a repeat of 2611. So they say that because bigger ships are operating in narrower areas, such incidents often take place, or because of density of traffic, and we lack deep water ports for submarines to come in and go out undetected. That is why some of these incidents have taken place. They've taken up some of the issues with the Mumbai Port Trust also for dredging or for reducing the density of shipping traffic in this area. But some naval experts say that perhaps Navy needs to relook some of its procedures should the need arise. And we still need to wait and see how the Navy responds to the current incident, where what was the equipment, did it malfunction, was there a problem with it? All of that we'll only know when Navy comes out with more information on today's incident, Simi.
Absolutely, Gaurav. This 11th incident clearly pointing to an apparent lapse in the standard operating procedures of the Navy. As Gaurav was saying, a lot of strategic experts believe that the Navy needs to probably relook at them. We'll continue tracking developments, also wait for an official reaction from the Naval Headquarters. Gaurav, thanks so much for that update. We'll continue tracking developments.